Mark into the conversation. Good morning to you, Mark. Welcome to our couch this morning. You are also a paranormal investigator, but you are more on the aftercare services side of it. So Paul finds out that somewhere is haunted, you come in and do a cleansing, is that right? Yeah,
it would be like that. I'm similar to Paul. I'd be a member of a group as well who do investigations. We kind of bring in the spiritual side of it as well with myself. The other guys would kind of are used to me like over the last 5 years and appreciate what I do. But I'd go in and talk to the people about their experiences. I deal with the people more so than, let's say, the electrics of a place or the scientific side of it.
Okay.
And then deal with any kind of anything they need done afterwards, like kind of any kind of rituals or putting them in touch with people who can sort it out. Or I do cleansings myself.
Okay. Okay, so you can do cleansings.
I can do, depending on the belief system of the people whose homes it is. And homes are very different to going to castles or to pubs.
Okay.
You're dealing with real people. So depending on their belief system, I will tailor what they need to them.
Okay, so how do you cleanse a house? If say, Paul has been in there and he has found that there is a spirit there, how do you cleanse it?
Well, if it's not a case of fixing the plumbing or some dodgy wiring, it's really what it is about. It's about empowering the people who are there, the people who are experiencing it. And as Paul was talking about the Ouija boards and the salt on the ground, the important part of that is the ritual side, is the ceremony. So if you find something to counteract that, whether it's them getting in a priest and doing a blessing on the house, whatever empowers and gives the people who live there confidence, they have complete control over. As Paul says, you can't be hurt. We have the power. Power is probably the wrong word, but it's within us to kind of stop it. So whether it's a priest coming in, bringing in a spiritualist or a medium, or a simple kind of routine or ritual that can carry out, whether it's burning sage. Some people
what will that do?
Burning sage. What it's been used for hundreds of years. I know a lot of pagans and Wiccans use it, and people who burn incense to feel good, like aromatherapy. There's no denying that if someone wants to sell a house, bake some bread, put on some coffee, the smells make you feel good. You basically need to make the people feel comfortable in their home again. Sage has been found to just be very relaxing for people. And there's other things like natural remedies that you can put in water, flower remedies where people take some like white sage or white chestnut to get rid of unwanted thoughts. So it's about making the people feel relaxed and comfortable.
Do you bring would you put a lot of people in touch with priests and bring them into their houses? I mean, how common would that be? I'm thinking The Exorcist here for some reason, but I mean, I'm sure it's not that.
Like, as we said, like kind of Hollywood, like has kind of drilled that into us. But being a country that still is very church-based, you know what I mean? A lot of people who've grown up in an area would know their parish priest. They'd feel they may not go to mass every week, but their priests are very approachable. And if that's what you need, go around and ask them. Tell them you're uncomfortable in your house. They won't come around and tell you there's a ghost here, we're going to send it on. They'll do a blessing and they'll make you feel comfortable.
Okay, okay. All right. What have you got there? You've got some stuff beside you.
Yeah, well, I mean, the stuff I use, I don't use. Well, the team use EMF meters, thermal imaging, and stuff like that. For me, I use focusing tools for myself, and when I've done psychic development and spiritual development with people, something like a pendulum. Now, you go out to some places and someone will hold it up, and they'll ask questions and get responses to it, whether it's swinging backwards and forward or from side to side. For me, the most common way I would use it is if I lose my keys at home. Now, obviously, the information's in my head of where I put my keys down. So if I start going around looking through my house looking for my keys, I'm just tapping into my unconscious, and that's all you try to get other people to do. Some people, as I said, will ask questions of the tool and get answers from it. For me, it all comes down to the people. It's not an external thing, like spirits as such. Okay,
tell us about some of the castles you've visited.
We've gone to visit some great places. I mean, the Wicklow Jail, as Paul mentioned, it's one of my favourite places to go down to because they have 100 people through there a day, and it's regular stories coming back to us. There are places like Leap Castle, Charleville Castle. The stories are that bit older. There's nothing kind of recent we're being told about.
We have a picture of Charleville Castle there, and that's got an orb. What's that?
The orb?
Yeah.
No. The scientific belief from them is the first manifestation of a spirit, and that was taken just to the left-hand side of the staircase in Charleville Castle.
Wow.
Now, some people have said to me it's nothing but a dust particle being flashed from the...
Oh, those skeptics.
But you need skeptics. This whole industry, or this whole paranormal industry wouldn't exist without skeptics. You have to have them.
Now, you took a photo of a ghost as well. You caught a ghost on the stairs. I think there it is there.
Yeah.
Talk us through where.
This photograph was taken Just to the bottom left-hand corner there, you'll see the shadow of a man with his hand outstretched.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was taken by one of my colleagues, Ryan, also in Charleville Castle. That's the main staircase when you go up the door. Probably one of the most famous photographs ever taken in Ireland, and good scientific proof of the existence of paranormal.
Yeah, you told me that you got an orb as well at a bar stool in the Brazen Hedge.
I did, yes. It's the oldest part of the pub. It's the heart of the Brazen Head pub. And I was down there doing a bit of a small investigation, and I was taking photographs of everywhere. And I took a photograph of the pub bar, and when I looked at it, there was an orb, and it looked as if it was just about to be sitting down on the bar. Probably one of the old characters from the 1800s sitting down to have a pint again. You never know.
And you were about to steal his chair.
Yeah, and his pint.
Well, that's a bit different. Now, I can understand him being aggrieved and wanted to come back about that. Anyway, Paul and Mark are going to stay with us. After the break, we'll be staying with the spirit world, because this time we'll be discussing the far less threatened world of angels. And one woman will be explaining how she came to communicate with them. It's all in just a few. That's not me making those noises at the end, OK?
Come here, is that house open to anybody who wants to?
Anybody and everybody who wants to visit, and it's worth visiting. It really is. They've the whole driveway is just taken up with all this Halloween stuff, and it's 52 Bayview Lawns, and they don't mind us giving out the address because they're trying to raise as much money as they can for Deborah Ireland. It's a cause actually that's featured on this show too. OK.
Brilliant. Okay.
So, Paul, any plans for Halloween?
Very busy Halloween.
Yeah.
As you can well imagine. I have all the investigations going on, plus anybody wants a good ghost story this year?
Yes.
Book release this week, Real Irish Ghost Stories. Full of good ghost stories.
And that's your second book, isn't it?
That's my second book.
Yeah.
And real, live Irish ghost stories that actually happen and you've been witness to in some way, shape.
Investigate from all around Ireland, yes.
Yeah. OK. Mark, you want to say there's a paranormal convention coming up that you want to tell us about?
Yeah, it's on the 7th of November in the Radisson on Golden Lane in Dublin, and you'll get to meet like different investigation groups, people there involved with ufology, and there'll be talks there from people, experts from all over Ireland and the UK on different areas.
OK, you see? Paranormal investigation guys, otherwise known as
pigs.
Yeah.